In this podcast episode, Dr. Jordan Peterson discusses various topics related to truth, resilience, and the hero's journey. He begins by emphasizing the importance of truth and how it reflects the structure of reality. According to Dr. Peterson, there is nothing that can stand against the truth, and believing otherwise is a sign of insanity. He explains that seeing the world through a story is inevitable, as stories shape our perception and emotional responses. He argues that the story we choose to see the world through determines how we respond to things emotionally. He mentions the ongoing cultural war, where different stories are being promoted, such as the postmodern and Marxist narratives. The postmodernists claim that all stories are fragmented and subjective, while the Marxists argue that the only story that exists is one of power and domination. Dr. Peterson criticizes these narratives, stating that they are both counterproductive and do not align with human nature. He argues that power and domination are not effective strategies in the long run and often lead to negative consequences. Instead, he suggests that the hero's journey is a more productive and unifying story. The hero's journey involves confronting chaos and overcoming it voluntarily. This story is deeply rooted in Western culture and can be seen in various mythologies, religious texts, and popular movies. The hero's journey is characterized by the hero's confrontation with chaos, often represented by a dragon or a giant. The hero's goal is to protect the city or society from the threat of chaos. Dr. Peterson explains that the dragon symbolizes a predator, and the hero's victory over the dragon represents the triumph over predatory forces. The hero's journey also involves the pursuit of treasure, which represents that which is most valuable and often found where one least wants to look. Dr. Peterson further explores the hero's journey in the context of Christianity. He explains that the crucifixion of Christ is a symbol of chaos and vulnerability. Christ voluntarily takes on the chaotic weight of existence and confronts the deepest abyss of human malevolence. This story teaches the importance of confronting chaos and malevolence in order to foster resilience and hope. Dr. Peterson acknowledges that telling the truth is not always easy, as it requires courage and the willingness to face the consequences. However, he argues that telling the truth is essential for personal growth and resilience. He advises against half-truths or manipulative forms of truth-telling, as they undermine one's integrity. Instead, he encourages practicing truthfulness and precision in speech to develop the capacity to distinguish between what is true and what is false. In response to a question about the overwhelming chaos in the world, Dr. Peterson suggests finding islands of order and unity. He emphasizes the importance of family and community in providing support and strength. He acknowledges that women often prioritize family and find solace in their immediate surroundings, which is not a weakness but a natural inclination. He also highlights the need to integrate the family into the broader community and address the challenges of social integration. He continues by sharing a story from Mexico about the burning bush, which symbolizes the mysterious and compelling nature of our interests. According to Dr. Peterson, our interests are not chosen by us but rather manifest themselves in an autonomous manner. We cannot pick what we are interested in, it picks us. However, we have the choice to pursue those interests or not. When we pursue what compels our interest with enough diligence, we begin to tread on sacred ground, as there is no difference between the sacred and the deep. The story of the burning bush teaches us that if we attend to what compels our interest, the nature of being itself will reveal itself to us. Dr. Peterson suggests that one way to identify our unique path is to pay attention to what bothers us. By observing the things that bother us in life, whether it's the current political situation or personal relationships, we can gain insight into our problems and ultimately our destiny. Additionally, he advises individuals to observe themselves over a period of time and take note of when they feel a sense of meaning and purpose. By understanding where we are when our interest is compelled, we can learn how to be in that place more often. To further clarify our path, Dr. Peterson recommends a meditative exercise called future authoring. This exercise involves imagining ourselves 5 years from now and envisioning what we want and need to be happy and fulfilled. By fantasizing about our ideal self and life, we can gain clarity on our desires and aspirations. Conversely, we can also imagine the consequences of allowing our bad habits and inadequacies to dominate our lives, which helps us identify what we want to avoid. The future authoring exercise helps individuals develop a comprehensive vision for their lives. It prompts them to consider various aspects, such as intimate relationships, friendships, education, career, personal time, and service to family and community. By answering these questions, individuals can differentiate their lives and gain a clearer understanding of their goals and aspirations. Dr. Peterson emphasizes the importance of having a vision and suggests that developing one can be achieved by pursuing what interests us, taking our problems seriously, and working with ourselves to develop a vision. He highlights the significance of self-attending and assuming that we are worth attending to. By daring to assume that it is okay for things to work out optimally for us, we can ask ourselves what our ideal life would look like. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.